Hello people, and I hope you're having a great day. Today I will do a review of this oracle deck, which is called the Magic Review by Fiona Horn. It's published by Rockpool and the box is not big, which I do appreciate since I don't like big boxes. I know people are like very fascinated about big boxes, but I'm not. They take a lot of space, a lot of paper, and this and that, which I don't approve. With this being said, I will flip through the cards, and then after that we will do a pick a card, which will be a dark reading. And if you don't want to see that, just skip it. So this deck for me is more meant for shadow work, which for me is very, very important for people to try to heal what is inside of them and what is left from previous experiences, even previous lives. Myself, I find that a lot of things which this deck is telling me I didn't realize, which I find very useful, helpful. It contains not a lot of cards, I think 34 cards or something, but I think it's not very expensive, so it still can be found, which I think the year of publishing is kind of last year or something. They don't say on the box a lot of things. Yeah, like US dollars 21.95, which is a good price. How the book is structured is very cool because you have a little bit of card space in the beginning, as always, and a little bit of introduction, and then every card is explained with a spell, which if you want you can make the spell for yourself, which I find very useful also. So with this being said, you have also some people are interested if we have, yes, we have colored pictures. It's very early in the morning and my thoughts is kind of all over the place. So let's flip to the cards. They are not in order. They contain photography, which sorry about my ink white. They're a little bit glossy. I know it's not very zoomed in, but if I do approach it, it show my ring light, which I don't like. I tend to gravitate towards this kind of dark themed decks or fairy tale decks most of the time. And I do work a lot better with dark decks and decks which are connected with childhood. Maybe that's my problem. Like I might have some childhood trauma or something that I can read like with my inner child, but I cannot still understand everything about myself, which if someone does understand everything about themselves, just hit me up. I'll try, when we do a pick a card, I'll try to show closer image. I don't know if it's like it's 5, but the image is important and the explanation behind it. I'm very fond of the idea to make a, like, to do a dark reading involved with shadow work. That's very interesting. That's half a raven, half a horse, and with some the images are very dark, which some people might not. This deck is not very popular, I believe. Maybe a good amount of readers are using it. But to avoid to be all over the place, I prefer to do a flip to and then to do a pick a card. Which, I also don't go over my videos to fix them or whatever. I don't like doing that. But I like sharing, and if especially in the future when I do deeper readings, I hope to help someone and to help people, which that's what I'm here for. Very nice, my mic is moving. I think this might be very helpful for healing yourself and other people. Of course, you might help other people. I like photography. I like photography when photography is involved. I do appreciate that. Yeah, that was a flip too. I'm using here this black candle with a white insert, which is kind of weird, but that's how it was made. So my mic is moving. So now I will do a little shuffle. I don't know why I'm talking so silently. I don't like to yell, by the way. I'm not very social, let's say. So I don't bridge shuffle because I tend to bend the cards. I don't like bended cards at all. So here we go. It's not supposed to be seen. That's why I will take 3 of them. One more. My hands are small, so it's kind of. Let's see if something will fall off. My hands are small and these cards are kind of hard for me to shuffle. Let's see if something could pass. Okay, another candle. So now let's move them here. I'll try to put that time stamp on which cards is which, but it won't be very long. So let's pick a little bit of stones like bracelets for you to choose from. So we have these 3. That's onyx. This I believe is aquamarine, and this is rose quartz. That one. So choose one, and then we will start with the first one. So here you have number 8, Eunoia, everything in perfect balance. Here you go. I'm sorry about the ring white. So what I see on this card is a woman which looks like Jesus to me. It seems like she has been through some suffering, and you might have been through some tough times, but now it seems like, since how I see in her heart chakra area is a bird flying free in the sky. I see the sky, and this bird is flying free, which means for me I can see that she's releasing something. So you might have been through some very hard times, and we will see what the book is saying about that. But I believe, since it's the key phrase is everything in perfect balance, I believe now everything is balanced in your life. Let's see in the book. Number 8. The girl of Eunoia is the embodiment of beautiful thinking. Her crown of thorns and leaves indicates that she understands through her journeys of pleasure and pain that she is ultimately free. Everything is in perfect balance as her soul takes flight. The moon halo around her head signifies a healthy mind, emotionally balanced, rational, and all it hides and woes. I cannot read today. The death card of the traditional tarot deck is Eunona's sister card. When Eunoia appears, it is a sign of current or impending endings and ensuring inevitable rebirth. Mortal contemplation is a spiritual practice that has the potential to heal, instruct, and connect us to the source of our being. The practice of contemplating our own death is healthy and essential in order to die meaningfully and mindfully. There is only one thing equally magnificent to our death, and this is our birth. Both are grand gateways to the source of all creation. Everything in life, good and bad, has a beginning, middle, and end. Graciously allow things to pass and merge into the universal cauldron of creation for your rebirth. That sounds very nice. And you have the ritual sacred death. That's the spell, and it's presented in this squared text. So white, black, and silver candles within a circle of salt, and place photos of yourself at different stages of your life within the circle. Consider all the beginnings and endings in your life. Contemplate your ultimate physical transition and how you would like your physical form released into the ground, the fire, the water, or the sky. Be proud of your pain and your joy. Release your fear. Resolve to remember that no promise to heaven is needed to make this life worth living the best and most meaningfully that you can. This sacred death altar can be recharged by relighting the candles and time spent in contemplation before it for a period of at least a week or until the next dark moon to facilitate full spiritual benefit. So that was good. Let's see the second card. That's 27, resilience. Burn away the past. Many of us are very attached to the past, which the past cannot be erased. We all know that it can be forgotten. It's there. And all the memories we have with our life ahead, they become more and more. So I don't believe it can be forgotten, but still we might try to leave it there. We should, like in the meaning of we should leave the past in the past. So here on this card we see this woman who is stuck. She's stuck in this chaotic scene of burning trees, and everything seems like it's falling apart around her. And she's just stuck in it. This is like, I feel we all feel like this at some point, in some point of our lives. We feel stuck. So let's see. What is it? The mink. Let's see. 27, resilience. Burn away the past, remember. The girl of resilience is relaxed, they say it's rough. She impassively stalks and stirs the flames of her past at her feet. Maybe that's important, there in her feet. In her crowded room of memories, she fans the flames without fear of letting go of events, ideas, people, and places that once defined her. She is comfortable in her room, and it is not leaving her space. The smoke does not overcome her. The window is open, and a branch of the tree of life reaches into the guide of her to heightening clarity and wisdom. I can't read. When resilience appears, it's time to stoke the fires of your past and release that which no longer serves you. Know that to rise like a phoenix, it is necessary to dive into the flames. Be warmed and confident in the light that comes from burning away and releasing the bad and the good of the past. Release it all to be reborn with Agni, the inner flame. That sounds nice. Let's see the ritual, rebirth from the ashes. Assemble organic objects, items of clothing, things that represent your past, good and bad. It is time to release the go. It is, if it resonates, write description of past events, happy and sad. Acknowledge everything that you are willing to release in order to be reborn from the ashes and to grow in wisdom wisdom and usefulness in the world. In a safe space where you will not be disturbed, burn your pile. Consider throwing handfuls of dried sacred herbs like sage, lavender, and eucalyptus leaves into the fire. Continue burning everything until it is reduced to ashes. Meditate on the flames and allow the glowing embers to reveal lessons learned. Collect the ashes and toss them into a flowing natural body of water and turn into the soil. Doing so will ensure the energy is transformed and you rise into the next best expression of yourself. So I must warn you to watch out with dealing with fire and always to observe the fire. With that being said, I think this is also nice. Let's go to the third card. That's 25, phenomenon. Be still and listen to the spirits. This card advises you to listen more to your inner voice or to the spirit and what the spirit is having for you and want to say to you. The messages from the spirit are very important. You can see on this card that this woman here is sitting in the middle of, it seems like she is in the sky, but in the meantime she has flowers around her, which is really weird and very nice, I think. Also, this tree is going from her head, which is very, very nice. And the light is behind her. Maybe that represents the messages from the spirit. You should be silent and listen to the voices of your spirit guides. Let's see the book. That's a phenomenon. It is time to invite and communicate with spirit guides and ancestors and consider their advice and guidance. The girl, a phenomenon, he sacrificed one eye for inner sight, and she bridges the words of life and death. She is surrounded by white lilies, the sacred flower of death. This indicates that your willingness and ability to be still and listen will reveal the beauty of your situation. The girl of phenomenon's crown chakra and third eye are fused in a web of pearly branches that inspire peaceful contemplation. Do not fear the underworld. Instead, willingly descend into the darkness with grateful awareness that others who came before you have learned the lessons and answers you are seeking and are willing to share their insight and wisdom. Ritual Dump Supper. That's the ritual. Consider the people who have crossed over whom you would like to invite to commune with and set settings for each at your dinner table. Sweets for those in spirit are always appropriate. To set out desserts and sweet things for such other worthy guests. Well, that's cool. Cast a sacred circle around the dining area by sprinkling a handful of rock salt in a sunwise direction. Sorry. Light black and red candles at the table. Then seat yourself. Welcome your spirit and ancestral guests by name, but from then do not speak. Eat slowly and focus on energies on the spirits you have invited. Pay attention to thoughts and sounds that are meaningful and stand out to you. These are the messages from your guests. You can write down these notes during dinner. Then the meal is complete. When the meal is complete, stand and create a space in the salt circle for your guests to depart. Thank them aloud. Clear the table and space. Offer the foods and beverages as libations to the gods by pouring the liquid on the ground outside and leaving crumbs of the food for animals. That's interesting. If you wish to keep the food for your personal consumption at a later time, this can be done. The food is blessed. So this is kind of hard to be made, or not hard, but I believe you should be all by yourself by doing this ritual. But I think it's very cool that rituals are being explained in the book. This is really how we should work. We should shadow work ourselves with rituals. Yeah, I hope this was helpful and interesting. I will do another reviews of another decks, and I will do a pick a card like the same way. So yeah, I wish you a blessed day.